It's that time of year again. The tech world is buzzing, and at the center of it all is Qualcomm's latest announcement. On September 27, 2025, they pulled the curtain back on the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. Now every year we expect these chips to get faster, more efficient, and better at gaming. That's a given. But this year, the real headline isn't just about raw performance or benchmark scores that fly off the charts. The biggest story is how this new silicon is set to completely change the game for anyone who shoots video on their smartphone. Which, let's be honest, is pretty much everyone at this point. This new chip represents a significant shift in focus. For years, the smartphone camera race has been about megapixels, sensor sizes, and computational photography for still images. Think night modes and portrait blurs. Video has improved for sure, but it hasn't seen a truly fundamental leap in its underlying technology for a while. The Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 changes that. It's not just an iterative update, it's a foundational one. Qualcomm has baked in dedicated hardware to handle a new video format that promises professional-level quality without the usual trade-offs. This isn't just about making your vacation videos look a little nicer, it's about enabling a new era of mobile content creation. The significance of this move can't be overstated. We've reached a point where smartphone cameras are incredibly capable, but they've been held back by the limitations of existing video codecs. These are the software rules that compress massive video files into something manageable. For too long, we've had to choose between high-quality massive files that fill up your storage in minutes, or heavily compressed files that lose detail and color information. The Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 is the first chip to offer a real solution to this problem, aiming to give users the best of both worlds, incredible quality and manageable file sizes. So, what does this mean for the average person? It means that the next flagship phone you buy, likely powered by this very chip, will be a video powerhouse unlike anything you've used before. The promise is that you'll be able to shoot, edit, and share visually stunning, high-fidelity video directly from your device, without needing a powerful computer or specialized software to handle it. This closes the gap between professional cameras and the device in your pocket even further. It's a bold claim, and it all hinges on a groundbreaking new technology developed in partnership with Samsung. The secret sauce behind this video revolution is a new codec called APV, which stands for Advanced Performance Video. Developed by Samsung's LSI division, this codec is the engine that drives the new video capabilities of the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. Think of a codec as the language that video is written in. For years, most phones have spoken the language of HEVC, or H.265, which is good, but has its limits, especially when you start pushing into high-resolution, high-dynamic range content. APV is designed from the ground up to be the next-generation standard for mobile video. So, what makes APV so special? It's all about efficiency and quality. The codec is engineered to capture and store an immense amount of visual data. We're talking wider color gamuts and greater dynamic range, but in a file that is significantly smaller than what you'd get from other professional-grade codecs. This is the holy grail of video compression. It means your videos retain those deep shadows and bright highlights without looking washed out or crushed, and the colors look more true to life than ever before. Samsung and Qualcomm have achieved this through smarter compression algorithms that are handled by dedicated hardware on the new Snapdragon chip. This hardware support is the key. You can have the best video codec in the world, but if the phone's processor struggles to encode it in real time, it's useless. The Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 has a specialized block on the chip, a dedicated video engine, built specifically to process the APV codec. This means your phone can record in this high-quality format without overheating, draining your battery in minutes or dropping frames. It makes the entire process seamless, feeling just as easy as shooting a standard video, but with a result that looks like it came from a much more expensive camera. Furthermore, APV is designed with editing in mind. One of the biggest headaches with heavily compressed video formats like HEVC is that they are difficult for editing software to handle. They require a lot of processing power to decode each frame, which can lead to laggy timelines and frustrating performance. APV, similar to professional formats, is built to be edit-friendly. Each frame contains more complete information, making it easier for an editing app to scrub through the timeline and apply effects smoothly. This is a huge quality of life improvement for anyone who does more than just trim their clips. To really understand the impact of APV, you have to compare it to the current players in the game. On one side, you have Apple's ProRes. This is a professional-grade codec that has become a favorite among filmmakers and high-end content creators using iPhones. ProRes is fantastic for quality and editing flexibility, capturing an incredible amount of data. The major downside, however, is file size. A few minutes of ProRes video can eat up gigabytes of storage, making it impractical for everyday use and a challenge to share. It's a professional tool that happens to be on a phone. On the other end of the spectrum is HEVC, the standard codec used by most smartphones today, both Android and iPhone. HEVC is the master of compression. It creates impressively small files, which is great for saving storage space and for streaming over the internet. But that efficiency comes at a cost. To achieve those small file sizes, it has to discard a lot of visual information. This can result in artifacts, less color depth, and fewer details in the brightest and darkest parts of the image, especially once you try to color grade or edit the footage. It's a consumer-friendly format that often falls short for serious work. This is where Samsung's APV, powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, carves out its own space right in the middle, offering the best of both worlds. It aims to deliver a level of quality and color fidelity that rivals ProRes, giving creators the rich data they need for professional editing and color grading. However, it does so with a much more advanced compression scheme, resulting in file sizes that are far more manageable, closer to HEVC than to ProRes. It's a no-compromise solution that bridges the gap between professional needs and consumer convenience. The real advantage is having this power without the massive trade-offs. You get the post-production flexibility of ProRes, without needing to carry around external hard drives just to offload your day's footage. And you get the storage and sharing convenience of HEVC, without sacrificing the dynamic range and color detail needed for a truly polished, cinematic look. For the first time on a mainstream mobile platform, users won't have to choose between a convenient format and a high-quality one. APV, thanks to its hardware acceleration, is designed to be both. A great new technology is only as good as the support it gets. A revolutionary codec doesn't mean much if you can't do anything with the video files you create. This is where Qualcomm and Samsung have been incredibly strategic. They are not just launching a new feature, they are building an entire ecosystem around the APV codec. The announcement of the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 was accompanied by news that major players in the software industry are already on board, most notably Adobe, the company behind creative suite staples like Premiere Pro and Rush. Having a powerhouse like Adobe support APV from day one is a massive vote of confidence. It means that when you shoot a video in this new format on your new Samsung phone, you'll be able to drop it directly into Premiere Pro on your desktop, and it will work flawlessly. More importantly, Adobe Rush, their mobile editing app, will also be optimized for APV. This creates a seamless workflow where you can shoot, edit with professional-grade tools, and export your final project all from the palm of your hand, with no transcoding or file conversion headaches. But the support doesn't stop with Adobe. Other major software developers like Blackmagic Design for DaVinci Resolve and popular video platforms like YouTube and Vimeo have also pledged support for the new codec. This ensures that the entire content pipeline is ready for APV. You can shoot on your phone, edit on your tablet or PC, and upload the final high-quality video to the world's biggest platforms, all while preserving the enhanced color and dynamic range that APV provides. This wide-ranging support is crucial for avoiding the format wars that have plagued new technologies in the past. The future implications of this ecosystem are profound. It democratizes high-end video production on a scale we've never seen before. Independent filmmakers, journalists, vloggers, and social media creators will have access to a tool that significantly elevates the production value of their content without a massive investment in new camera gear. For the average consumer, it simply means that the videos you take of your family, your travels, and your life will look better than ever. The Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 and the APV codec are not just an upgrade. They represent the next chapter in the story of mobile creativity.